Soundgarden is one of the most iconic rock bands to emerge from the grunge movement in Seattle, Washington, in the late 1980s and early 1990s. The band is known for their heavy, dark sound, which combines elements of alternative rock, heavy metal, and punk rock. Soundgarden is often considered one of the main pioneers of the grunge genre, along with bands such as Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains. They took the name Soundgarden from an art installation called Soundgarden in Seattle, which produced the sound of wind blowing through large metal pipes. The name reflects their goal of creating a unique and experimental sound. Early in their career, Soundgarden played music inspired by hard rock and punk, with a heavier and darker feel than many other bands at the time. In 1985, Hiro Yamamoto left the band and was replaced by Ben Shepherd on bass. During this period, the band began to develop their more distinctive musical style, combining heavy guitar riffs with elements of more experimental sound. Early the 1990s, after releasing Louder Than Love in 1989, this album featured a more explorative grunge style, combining heavy guitar riffs with dark, introspective lyrics. With Louder Than Love, Soundgarden gained a larger following and began to attract mainstream media attention. However, their peak popularity came after they signed with A&M Records in the early 1990s. In 1991, Soundgarden released the album Bad Motorfinger, which became a milestone in their career. Songs such as Rusty Cage, Outshined, and Jesus Christ Pose became hits and received widespread attention from critics and music fans. In 1994, Soundgarden released the album Super Unknown, which became one of the most successful and well-known grunge albums. After the success of Super Unknown, Soundgarden continued their success with Down on the Upside in 1996. In 2010, Soundgarden reunited and announced that they would be releasing a new album. They released the album King Animal in 2012, which was well received by fans and critics. In 2017, the music world lost one of its greatest vocalists when Chris Cornell died at the age of 52. Cornell was found dead in his hotel after performing with Soundgarden in Detroit. The cause of death was suicide, which left fans and fellow musicians in mourning. Soundgarden is one of the most influential bands in the history of rock music. From humble beginnings in Seattle to pioneering the grunge movement, they created a sound that not only shaped the grunge genre, but also redefined the boundaries of rock music. Despite the loss of Chris Cornell, their music lives on and continues to inspire fans and musicians around the world. Soundgarden remains a symbol of artistic courage and the raw power of music.